Marketing teams get paid the big bucks to come up with that slogan that in a sentence captures the essence of a brand. Just do it. Finger licking good. Voorsprong durch techniek. Yes, that is recognized as one of the top slogans because it perfectly sums up the high-end nature of Audi. And for you as a customer, you know that you're getting the latest and the greatest. But then you get Volkswagen. So they may have dropped their Das Auto slogan after the Dieselgate scandal and replaced it with their name. But their name literally means people's cars. Now that was fantastic back in 1937 when it was all about providing motoring for the masses. But that's not really where VW wants to play anymore. The first generation was about blazing an off-road trail. It was winning Dakar. It was rough, it was rugged. But this third generation is carving smooth lines. It's all about luxury, refinement and technology. So we had our first taste of the new VW face with the beautiful Arteon. The big talking point there was the grille linking seamlessly with the headlights. But a Touareg is a bigger face, so it's all grille in your face. It's going to get a lot of bugs in its teeth. Now, whether you think it looks great or it looks like a greater, the fact that it has serious on-road presence isn't up for debate. A tad bling and brash for my more subtle taste. The Touareg is a bigger proposition all round from the previous generation. Built on their modular longitudinal matrix platform, it is 77mm longer, taking up just over 4.8 meters of tarmac. It's 44mm wider, but significantly it sits 7mm lower, giving the Touareg its squat dynamic stature. From the side, it's all a little incestuous, that tornado line a truly family affair. But I do like the bulging rear shoulder, something that is immediately noticeable when looking in your side mirrors. And wheels play a critical part in the styling story. These 20 inches as standard on our Touareg Executive look really good. The entry-level luxury glides on 19 inches. Now this is one of my favorite views of the new Touareg. Actually, any three-quarter angle looks best. Straight on, the body versus cabin seems a tad out of proportion, but hey, styling is a very subjective matter. What is important is that you will get noticed. The increase in dimension sees a significant jump up in boot space. The 5-seater boasts an impressive 810-litre boot, which is up from 697 litres. The electric tailgate is just one of the Touareg's many standard features. VW's push for premium continues on the inside, and so too does the grille. It is distinctive, it is bold, the car feels solid, and it's very clean. And of course it is comfortable. What I like from a driving perspective is that I've got memory control on my seats, and they also have a climate feature. Very cool. Also standard is this VW's biggest panoramic roof ever, and it is massive. Not only does it let a lot of light into the cabin, but it creates an overall feeling of spaciousness. And speaking of space, have a look at this. Plenty of legroom, lots of headroom, and with climate control in the rear, you really are comfortable. Touareg has an analog display, and the Discover Pro Infotainment system with its 9.2-inch TFT touchscreen comes as standard. It is simple to work and really easy to connect to as well. It gives you navigation, there's also proximity, and then of course the gesture control. With a 10 gig memory and 2 SD cards, yes, SD cards still do exist, there are also 2 USBs, and obviously Bluetooth mobile phone interface, but for me, really importantly, it comes with Apple CarPlay as well. But this new Touareg is the most technologically advanced VW of its era, and it's best displayed by this. This is the world premiere of the Innovision cockpit, VW's blueprint for their digital interiors of tomorrow. Now, as a 70,000 Rand option, yes, it is pricey, But man, it is an impressive and powerful interface. With proximity and gesture features, hold and swipe, this fully digitized display merges with the 12-inch digital cockpit and a 15-inch Discover Premium Pro infotainment system, giving you a completely switchless experience. It also gives you an additional 2 USB ports and an aux-in socket. The digital cockpit, we know, full functionality without taking your hands off the wheel, and further opportunities, of course, to personalize your view. Another optional extra is a night vision system, which works off of a thermal imaging camera and can detect pedestrians and animals at a distance of 130 meters, and these are then displayed on your digital cockpit. But a really great safety feature is that the Touareg will flash a warning with their LED matrix headlights, and the car's passive safety systems are then also readied for emergency braking. Offered as part of the advanced safety package, this also gives you heads-up display with lane and side assist. It's not all about new and exciting technology in the Touareg, it's also about the tried and tested, like their 3-litre V6 TDI engine. 190 kilowatts, 600 newton meters of torque. This engine is brilliant. And you know what? Incredibly efficient in real driving terms as well. But VW have already done their research on how to package the Touareg for the South African market. Diesel obviously being the most popular choice. There are other engines available overseas, and we are told that locally the engine lineup will be expanded, but they won't tell us which engines they ultimately will bring to market. Of course, it's been fun to find an abandoned, twisty stretch of road for me to satisfy my restless spirit, and the fact that the Touareg has lost 106 kilograms thanks to what is an almost 50-50 split between aluminium and steel certainly helps the dynamic side of it. But the bit that's impressed me the most is just the level of refinement from a drive perspective. Sure, that's also further enhanced by the fact that we've got the optional air suspension. That obviously gives me raised ride height and also better entrance and departure angles if I do want to go bundu bashing, as well as the convenience of lowering for loading. But the shift from bundu bashing to city slicking is really noticeable. Bring on those long December road trips, because this car just glides along. I know it may seem like there are a lot of extras that you need to fork out for on your Touareg, but that is standard practice with all the manufacturers playing in the premium segment. But having said that, this car is actually incredibly well specced as standard. Adaptive cruise control, memory and climate seats, your infotainment system with nav and smartphone connectivity, that panoramic roof, park assistance with PDC, as well as the electrically folding tow bar with trailer assist. These things are all standard on the entry-level luxury specification model, and that comes in at just under R1 million. And like they cleverly did with the Tiguan, the top spec executive that we are in adds that R-Line look and interior package, the matrix headlights and the dynamic chassis control. And at just 80,000 Rand more than the entry level, this definitely is the one to go for. The 250 units allocated for what is left of this year have already all been sold, so it seems that their strategy of slightly undercutting their price against the competitors while offering a lot more spec as standard is paying dividends.